This episode is brought to you by freedadcourse.com. You are always one conversation away from changing your life, and the power of hello is something that I subscribe to every single day, and I'm always saying hello to new people everywhere I go. Increasing your opportunity, increasing your connection, and getting access to solutions to the problems that you are facing, whether you're on active duty or just beginning your veteran transition, or you've been transitioning out for 20 years. On the other side of hello are the solutions that you're looking for. Again, head on over to freedadcourse.com. Get your 5-episode audio course to create more connection, create more friendships, and get back to living the life that you're trying to design.
This is Fire Team Delta. Dad's coming home.
Welcome to the Military Veteran Dad Podcast, where it is our mission to bring every dad home. I am your host, Ben Cloy. I'm a United States Marine veteran, husband, and a father. We will bring authentic conversations to inspire action in your life so we can close the gap between the dad you are today and the dad you want to be tomorrow. This is the Military Veteran Dad Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Fatherhood Friday. I am your host, Ben Cloy. This is, as always, your official welcome to the weekend. Today, I'm not sure if you have noticed or heard of the headline that came out of Louisiana just about a week ago, and that there was this high school, and there was fights consistently day after day for about 4 straight days. There was just straight up violence in this high school. You'll never guess, maybe you'll guess because you listen to this podcast, but there is a group of dads in the community who started an organization called Dads on Duty. Essentially, they took shifts, they showed up in school, they welcomed into school, they were there throughout the day, and crime and violence stopped immediately. All they did was bring dads in, not to be these aggressive types, to be these hard-nosed people in their life, but to really, really just be there and give them high fives. The news video is definitely worth looking up. They're just happy to be there, and they're getting the kids excited, but the dad's presence was that calming effect. It highlights the power of fatherhood, the power of just being there. If you've been a long time listener to this podcast, I hope one message comes through loud and clear, that it's often easier than you think, because just showing up, you can provide that calming presence that your kids need. And it was such a refreshing news headline to come out of all the other news headlines that we normally get. This one, dads showing up, dads owning their power, collecting together, and showing up. There is a good quote by Dr. Meg Meeker, who owns and writes a whole bunch of community, but she's also the author of Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters, which I've quoted on this podcast probably at least 200 times. And she is quoted as saying, if you want to solve problems in America, put a strong dad on every street corner in America. And that moment in Louisiana was kind of solidifying what she's talked about for a while now. And it sounds like maybe she might be getting through that dads just need to show up and magic things happen. As I'm recording this, I just got back from volunteering at our Scholastic Book Fair at the parent-teacher conferences for our middle school. This was something that I've been thinking about. I've often see the parent-teacher signups and different things, and I always kind of talk myself out of it. But this one, I was like, you know what? The season's right. When is ever going to be a perfect time? And so I signed up for the teardown of the book club after everything was done. And the one thing that really kind of solidified to me, because there was another dad there and a couple other moms, we were tearing it down, shutting it down, and having a conversation. But there was one kind of feeling that I left with that moment is dads need to just show up and be participants in the community in ways to show that it's not just moms that do this stuff. Dads are capable of volunteering in all different capacities for our kids' lives, whether it be something at school, whether it be a program, whatever it may be. Showing up as a coach for our kids' sports, where it's often common to see a dad, but maybe not enough dads to really, that we maybe think that could be out there. So today, I really just want to give you a call to action. I want to let you open up your world. Give yourself permission to open up, maybe look around and see how can you be a more present, visible person in your community, whether that be your military community, whether that be your civilian community, whatever season of military service your life is in, find ways to be present and visible as a father who gives a shit in his community and is willing to show up and be present and know that it's not just moms that do this stuff. Dads are just as important within all these topics as kids, whether that's a school board where often maybe moms are often the ones vocalizing and being the advocate for kids and stuff. All these different places where we often see one side show up, and it's usually the moms. And I think we've missed out on an opportunity. And so this is a call to action to you as it is to me, because tonight taught me that I need to do this more. I need to do it more often. And I don't just need to wait for the 2 times a year the parent-teacher conferences come around. So I am going to be looking for other opportunities to volunteer, other opportunities to lead, other opportunities to be more present in the community. So again, your call to action, pull back the blinders and look for opportunities to be present and visible in your community. Because guys, dads on duty can make a difference. All we really got to do is show up. We're not talking about changing the world here with some big idea or that you got to do a whole bunch of work. It's literally just being present and visible. Those 2 key words are what I want you to think about with this idea of volunteering within your kids' school, your community, some place where you can show up and be visible to show that dads give a shit, that dads have just as much ability to change a kid's life, to be a part of a community, to be part of a conversation. Because oftentimes we aren't part of the conversation when we need to be. All of these trickle down to the words again, present and visible. If you are out there taking action, being present and visible, go ahead, take a picture and tag me on Instagram at Military Veteran Dad. I would love to see those pictures because, again, the more we can bring visibility to it, the more we can show our presence in the community, just like those dads on duty in Louisiana, the more we can make a ripple in this pond that continues well beyond our time trying to do this. Well, guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope that your weekend is awesome. I hope that it's filled with adventure. And if you're up in the northern hemisphere like we are up here in Wisconsin, I hope that your fall, the colder weather that we're starting to get, is all kind of just reminding you that winter's coming, the season's changing, and to enjoy as much outside time as you can, because just a little bit of time, it's going to be snowflakes and snowballs. Guys, have an amazing weekend, and I'll be back again with you on Monday.